Welcome to Queen 5 News. So, the Earth's surface during the Heidi and Eon was really hot. There was lots of molten lava. Basically, it was like hell. Some geologists believe that the earliest atmosphere included large amounts of nitrogen. Others believe that it was composed largely of carbon dioxide and water. During the Archean Eon, the Earth was 3 times as hot as it is today. But it was no longer hot enough to boil water. The Earth was mainly covered in oceans. The Earth's atmosphere had very little oxygen and was mainly carbon dioxide. Very little, and was forming volcanoes and were starting to emerge from the water.
The earliest sedimentary rocks were like sandstone and formed mainly in the oceans. Other rocks that formed at this time were igneous and metamorphic, like quartz and granite. The crust of the Earth is forming. Very first presence of life, single-celled life forms, plate tectonics, are beginning to shape. During the Proterozoic Eon, large masses of land formed by the accretion of smaller ones. As the continents began to crumble, all the sediment had washed into the oceans, which created more marine environments where life could live. This era lasted about 325 years to 570 million years to about 245 million years ago. Earth's interior cooled down.
Photosynthesis cells started providing oxygen. Lots of oxygen was in the atmosphere, so eventually 2.3 billion years ago, very few cells evolved that were able to use oxygen. But sometimes oxygen was toxic to life forms, so many were extinct.
The weather forecast today, since we're going through the ice age, is going to be pretty cold.
So make sure to bundle up and keep yourself warm tonight.
Also, the continents are separating, so watch your step.
Okay, so now moving on to the Phanerozoic Eon. During this time, micro and multicellular organisms left a distant fossil record on rocks and built up complex and diverse ecosystems where life was evolved throughout many changes during the years. There were many different groups of organisms like vertebrates, arthropods, mollusks, and many more.
The key to the Phanerozoic expansion is to lie in the environment of plants, able to carry out the photosynthesis process and thus release free oxygen into the atmosphere.